Hello, my dear friends. With the succession of the joint stock companies, in the previous slide, we took some few characteristics. In continuation to that, we are taking these characteristics. The characteristics of the joint stock company is also about the perpetual succession. You know, men may come, men may go, but company remains forever. So it can be wound up only by the provisions of the act. So I want to say you that company is a legal entity. It's a legal entity. It is not formed by the natural birth. So it is not formed by the natural birth. It is formed by the legal process. So the company will die in the form of legal process only. So the company, many people will come in, many people will go out of the company. But if you want to wound up the company, you need to go by the provisions of the law. So basically, company has got a perpetual succession. Second thing is that it has got a limited liability. Usually the liabilities of the members of the company is limited to the extent of uncalled or unpaired shares held by them. For example, if you are a proprietorship firm or a single owner company, and your company has taken some credit from the market, and if your business is not able to pay that credit, people will come and catch you as a proprietor, since you are the single owner of the company. But in the joint stock company there are a lot of members, and if that company has taken some loan from the bank, and if they are not able to repay that debt, then it is not necessary that your personal property will be seized. So it is the positive point that we can tell it is a limited liability company. So that's why many people and board of directors come together and form the company, since there is no problem to their personal property, until and unless, only the thing is that if they have purchased some shares which are of the unpaid value, that will be recovered. Rest all things that does not need to be covered. So let us understand the next topic called as share capital. So the capital which is required by the company is raised by issuing shares. For example, if company wants $1 billion for, say example, they want to make oil refinery. So right, they will open the face value of the share, say for $100 each. The people, 1 lakh people will, may probably any number of people will come together. They'll purchase the share of $100 each. One person may purchase 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, depending upon his financial capability and his interest on that company on which he is investing. So basically, people will come together, they will raise their funds. The members, they will get in written back, they will get this share certificate. When the share certificate is held by them, you know these members who hold the shares of the company can transfer their ownership to any other person without the company's permission. So if the company's permission is not required for selling of shares. Even for purchasing of the shares, company's permission is required. But for selling of the shares, there's no permission required of the company. That's why companies fear. You know, if there is some bad news in the market about the company, then shareholders start selling their shares, and the company falls of the capital. For the money which is required for running the business, that capital goes down as the shareholders start selling their shares. So this is the characteristics. In you know, there is separation of ownership and management in the company. We'll be looking the forward characteristics in the next slide to come. Thank you and stay tuned.